Boom! Hey yo, what's up everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. What a crazy day. The stock market, full-blown crash mode today. And are you scared? Are you scared? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Are you uncertain? Are you worried? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, because all this means is we are getting that much closer to a tremendous long-term buying opportunity in the long-term portfolio, folks. I've been saying this now all year. All year we've been saying that I believe that we're going to experience a recession. That I don't care what the Fed says. I don't care what people that are bullish the market say. I believe that we're going to be having a bit of a recession. But the good news is I don't think it's going to be a deep recession. I don't think it's going to be very long lasting. I think it's necessary to help bring down the inflation problem that we have. Now, let me be very clear. I did not expect this type of a sell-off today after yesterday's rally that we saw after the Fed meeting. This move today caught a lot of people off guard. And that's really when the biggest down moves tend to happen, is when people are not really expecting big down moves. It's kind of when these moves just really get away from people, and the markets opened up and they sold off right from the open, right through till the end of the day. So a wild and crazy day in the overall markets, folks. But this is something that we've been talking about for a while. I said back at the end of 2021 that I was selling out of half my long-term portfolio because I thought we're going to have a significant pullback in the markets this year, and it is all unraveling right before our eyes. There are specific reasons why I believe you saw such a huge sell-off today in the markets, and I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to explain to you why the market sold off as much as they did today, because a lot of people have been asking me today, Mike, why? How could you have what happened between yesterday? The markets were up 1,000 points. Today, they're down 1,000 points. What happened? I'm going to break all that down for you guys, and I'm going to explain to you exactly what I believe happened today, why the market sold off, but what does this mean now for us going forward? Because this presents tremendous opportunity, folks. Tremendous opportunity. I'm telling you this. And some of you might be like, what is this guy talking about? How is there an opportunity when the market is down 1,000 points? I'm going to show you. And my friend, Mr. Matt Kohrs, is going to be joining me in just about 30 minutes or so. My friend Matt Kohrs is going to join me, and he's going to also talk to you guys about the opportunity in the markets, and he's going to give his input. And he and I will have a nice conversation about this market sell-off to help me kind of explain to you guys what's been going on in the markets these last couple of days and what it means now going forward. But why should you care about what I'm going to discuss and what I cover on these live streams? Guys, I've got more experience than probably 90% of the other finance, gurus that you guys are going to see and watch videos on. My name is Michael Edward, and I've been trading and investing for over 15 years. And I began my career working for a fund in New York City. It was my first job out of college. Then 2008 happened. That was the Great Recession and the stock market crash. But it was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. And now I'm the head trader at True Trading Group, the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that's available today. And since 2016, my team of 8 other professional trading moderators and myself have helped thousands of people from all over the world, from all walks of life, achieve financial goals. If you've been part of the Teachy family for the last couple of months, or if you've been part of these live streams for the last several months, then you'll know that we've been talking about 2022 being the year of the active trader. And I said to you guys that this is the year that active traders can really outperform the overall markets, and they can outperform hedge fund managers and all of your professional asset managers, because they do not have the ability to be long one day and short the next, or long one week and short the next. We do. And if there's ever been an example of volatility, all you need to do is look at the last 2 weeks of market action. And so far, the stock market has been up huge one day, down huge one day, up huge one day, down huge one day, literally for the last 2 weeks. And that provides active traders like us tremendous opportunities. And I'm not talking about active like scalping. You don't have to be sitting in front of your computer screen all day long staring at charts. No, you got a full-time job. You're not sitting at your computer. No problem, guys, because the volatility that's out there, the size of the moves that they're being made, there's opportunity for everybody out there. Hell, the majority of members in True Trading Group have full-time jobs, right? But this is the type of environment that we are in. And I want to walk you guys through what happened today and why I am excited. Okay, hear me now, hear me clear. I am excited. I am not scared. I'm not worried. I'm not nervous. I am excited. And I'm going to explain to you on this live stream why you should be too. But first, we're going to start things off with an open floor blanket Q&A session. I'm going to give some time for people to log on. You guys can ask me questions, whatever's on your mind. And then we're going to start moving forward. And then Mr. Matt Kohrs, like I said, will join me a little bit later on this live stream. Okay, so let's go ahead, folks. Let's begin typing our questions in chat. There's no such thing as a stupid question. There's no such thing as a silly question. All right, asking questions is how you learn. Guys, again, remember, Matt is going to be joining me in just about 30 minutes. All right, so begin typing your question in the chat right now, and let's start that Q&A. When inflation gets reported, do you think it's going to be higher or lower? Nick, it's a really good question. You have a pretty even split right now amongst analysts. Some people think that inflation has peaked. Some people don't think it did. I don't think it has. I think you're still going to see either a flat or slightly higher inflation number for the month of April. You had 8.5% for the month of March. So we're going to see what the April number is. The April number gets reported on, you have CPI number on May 11th. The CPI is a consumer price index. That basically tells you the increase in the price of goods that consumers buy. Like we buy, houses, we buy food, we buy cars, we buy gasoline, right? All of these things factor into the CPI, consumer price index. That's going to be May 11th. May 12th is the PPI number. That's producer price index. That is going to show you the increase in prices for companies that actually produce the goods that people buy. Okay, so you're going to get two different numbers, one at a consumer level, one at a producer level. And that's going to be May 11th and May 12th. If those numbers come in under and it shows that inflation has slowed down, you most likely see a bounce back in the market if that's the case, because that's going to make bulls who are very, very, very rattled right now. All you got to do is take a look at our thumbnail to see what people that are bullish the market right now, to see how they feel. But it's going to give them a renewed sense of confidence if the inflation number in April is lower than it was in March, because their argument of inflation's already peaked, that makes them believe that the Federal Reserve, once you get towards the end of this year, is going to realize that inflation is coming down and the Fed will be able to be less aggressive with their monetary tightening, and bulls will then start to buy the market on that. But if that number comes in hot, it's really tough to have a bullish argument here and not see another leg down in the overall markets, which, guys, remember, it doesn't matter if markets are going up or down. There's opportunities for us to make money. And we're going to talk about that, about getting cashed up, because that's what we're focusing on in 2022, getting cashed up, trading the volatility, whether it's through day trading or swing trading stocks and options, but getting cashed up and then taking that cash and then buying the dip when the dust settles in strong companies that have good long-term potential to build wealth in our long-term portfolio for many years to come. And we are getting very, very close to that point. So that's why I'm getting really excited by what I'm starting to see in the overall markets. Do you think NVIDIA still has more downside? I do. I do think NVIDIA has more downside. I think because I think that the overall markets have more downside. I think that NVIDIA has probably another 10 or 12 bucks of downside. You have you got a bear flag forming right now on NVIDIA that I want you guys to take a look at. First, you have, this major level of resistance, which used to be a major level of support. Okay, so you see how you had this major level of support, all right? So that used to be a major level of support for NVIDIA. We broke beneath it. And now you're starting to see where we're unable to get back above that level. and you really are just forming a bit of a bear flag, right? Like this just kind of looks to me, right? This just looks to me like a bear flag. So here's your move down, there's your bear flag. And then if you break down and out of this bear flag, then you look for a little bit more downside. And I want NVIDIA to go lower. NVIDIA is a fantastic, amazing, incredible company. One of the sexiest companies in the semiconductor space with a rock star of a CEO. And if I can get NVIDIA down around 160, I'm going to be a pretty happy camper. You know, the other thing too that I think like people really need to realize and people need to understand is that like we're not that like everyone's like, you know, we're not that down. Like the market is not that down. Does everybody realize that? I know it might feel like to a lot of people that the markets are like completely falling apart. They're not. The problem is that a lot of people just got involved in the market over the last 1 to 2 years, and they never experienced anything more than a 5% pullback in the S&P, because that's all you got in 2021. I need you to understand that that was an anomaly. 2021, when the stock market literally just did this, literally, this is 2021. Like, are you kidding me? That's what the stock market did in 2021. Just that. That's not normal. Okay. It's normal environments in the stock market, normal years, you do not get this. Okay. Where your biggest decline was 5%, and it was right there. That was it. That's all you got. That's an anomaly. You've only had like 2 times in the last 3 decades where you only had a 5 or 6% pullback for the entire year. Okay. Normally, more often than not, okay, if you go back 30 years, 40 years, okay, more often, actually, if you go back to post-World War II, every single year, more often than not, you had more than a 10% pullback in the overall markets throughout the course of a trading year. Do you realize where we are right now in the overall market? Okay, the S&P is not even down 20%. We're not even down 18%. Okay, the S&P by technical definition is not even in a bear market. The NASDAQ is. Okay, the NASDAQ is down well over 20%. The NASDAQ is in a bear market. Okay, but the S&P is not. And I really need you to like understand. I feel like a lot of people are getting scared out of the market because they're experiencing a real correction right now, and they've never experienced something like that, and they think stocks only go up because that's all they experienced in 2021, and it's just not the case. It's not the norm. And a lot of people think that the stock market is just uninvestable at this moment in time. And I'm telling you that I think that this down move in the market was needed. It was necessary to give us good opportunities, because the valuations of a lot of these tech companies, and I love all of these tech companies, right? Like these tech companies are the future. I love these companies. I want to be shareholders in these companies. If you believe in technology over the next 5, 7, 10 years, you've got to own all these tech companies. But the valuation that these tech companies were trading at were astronomical. They did not make any sense whatsoever. It was the result of free money. Interest rates at 0, unlimited stimulus. The valuations of those companies just got out of control, which is why I made the decision at the end of last year. I go, guys, at the end of last year, I said, next year, the Fed's going to raise rates. You're not going to get all that stimulus. You're not going to get free money. I'm like, these valuations don't make sense once you get into a rising rate environment. I talked about that for the entire month of October, November, and December in 2021 when I was selling half of my long-term portfolio because of that very specific reason. Those valuations just did not make sense. Now, does that mean that there's something wrong with the businesses? NVIDIA is down 35, 40% from its high. Does that mean NVIDIA as a business is broken? Absolutely not. It just means that the stock was trading at an unrealistic, unsustainable valuation. It needs to correct, but still these companies are fantastic. I want to own them, especially a stock like NVIDIA. NVIDIA is on my buy list for the long-term portfolio. I will be publishing a list of stocks that I'm going to be buying in the long-term portfolio for my TTG family only. This is not something that I'm going to share here on YouTube, but I will be sharing with you guys. Okay, I will be sharing with my THD family members my shopping list. I'm going to break it up into different tiers because my tiers are going to be, some of them are going to be a lot more safer, more sustainable, lower volatility, and then others are going to be higher risk, higher reward, higher volatility plays, and then you adjust, how much of each that you buy based on that risk and volatility. I always shoot you guys straight. If I felt that we need to abandon all hope and sit on the sidelines, I would say so. I am not abandoning all hope. I am not sitting on the sidelines. I am telling you that I am excited. Members are having some of the biggest years trading that they have ever had in this down market, and it's only May. But yet already some members of your trading group are having the biggest years that they've ever had, and it's only May. Okay, it's only May. Who's on the live stream right now that's with us? Who's on the live stream right now with us that's not a member of True Trading Group? If you guys are not a member, just do me a favor and type TTG. Do me a favor and type TTG if you're not a member, because if you're not a member, you may be nervous and you may be uneasy during this market environment. And I understand if you are, but I can assure you there's about 9,500 members in True Trading Group. And I can assure you that they are about as excited as a kid on Christmas morning. They're not scared of what's transpiring in front of you. Who do we have here? We've got Elizabeth Novak. We got Nick Siemens. We got Millie. We got M. Wilson. We got John Redmond. We got Ray Novicio. We've got Swinging Hammers. We got Rob Chrysler. Great, guys. A lot of new faces here. Llewellyn Jensen, how are you? That's a new face. I've never seen you on the live stream before. Zeep Dragon, Mark, Harpinder. Great, guys. A Day in the Life of Perfume. Welcome back. I remember that username. Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. All of you that are not members of True Trading Group, listen up, guys, real quick. Don't go anywhere, folks, because in just about 7 minutes, I'm bringing on Mr. Matt Kohrs. He's going to talk. He's going to help me walk through with you guys this wild and crazy environment that we are currently in. Why did the markets crash today? What does this mean going forward? How do we prepare ourselves to make money from this? That's what we're going to talk about here. Matt's going to help me in just about 7 minutes. He's going to join. While I wait for Matt to come on, what I'm going to do for the next 7 minutes, don't go anywhere because Matt's coming on in 7 minutes. We're going to talk the overall markets. In the meantime, let me share with you some information on how you guys can join the THC platform for those of you that are interested, because you have to understand that True Trading Group is a platform that gives you education and tools and resources that professional traders have access to help them make better decisions. The education you get is a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. It's in-depth and complex, yet it's very easy to understand and implement quickly. So whether you guys have never traded a stock a day in your life, or you're a pro looking to kind of take your trading to the next level, our platform can help you reach your goals. We pair that with premium tools from today's top fintech companies, Quote Media, CBOE, Trade Ideas. These tools, if you paid for them on your own, would cost you $4,000 to $5,000 a year. They're all included with your membership when you join True Trading Group, because we've negotiated deals with these companies to have their products on our platform for you at no additional cost whatsoever. There's no upsells for these things. They're all on the platform. You get access to them for the entire length of your membership when you guys join. And you're becoming part of a community of like-minded investors and traders that are helpful, that genuinely care about your success, and are led by our team of moderators that have over 100 years of combined trading experience, trading stocks, options, crypto, futures, day trade, swing trade, and also long-term investing. Results matter at True Trading Group, but it's not my results or anybody else's. It's your results that matter. It's your P&L that matters. And the bottom line is the vast majority of members in True Trading Group are making money and becoming better traders. And if you guys don't believe me, just pay attention and watch this. Gang, if you are a member of True Trading Group, listen carefully. If you are a member, simple question. Are you making money? Are you becoming a better trader? If that answer is yes, type the $ in chat right now. Now, anybody that typed TTG before that said you're not a member, I want you to pay attention to how many people right here type the $, because these people right here that are going to type the $, there is absolutely no difference between them and you. They found True Trading Group the same way you did, and that's one of these live streams. They've got the same excuses you have full-time job, small account, lost money in the past, have no experience whatsoever, but yet here they are telling you that they're making money, very plain and simple, thanks to the TTG platform. This is what I mean by results matter. And we base results on your P&L, nobody else's. Okay? So guys, here's the deal. The next 17 people, okay? The next 17 people that go to ttgoffer.com and use the coupon code TTG121 will be getting a 45% discount on our membership. It brings the price from $22.12 all the way down to $11.97. And Ryan was able to get 17 laptops. Okay. So I don't have to buy them retail. Okay. Ryan was able to get 17 laptops from our wholesaler. And then that's it. They're being taken away. Okay. So the next 17 people get a 45% discount, a free laptop upon completing our courses and quizzes, but you're also going to get a 2 small private study group sessions, your chance to get individual attention from one of the TTG moderators so you can ask questions and we can speed up your learning curve. But I take it one step further when I say that results matter. Your results are so important to us and your success is so important to us that we hold ourselves accountable to your success. And in doing so, we put our money where our mouth is. I stand behind this platform so much that I'm willing to say anyone that joins True Trading Group, you'll spend $11.97 right now. If you go through our courses, quizzes, and attend one study group and don't ever make back the $11.97, not even one time, I will give you double your money back. That's $2,394. I'm being dead serious. You'll pay $11.97. If you don't make that back at least once, I'll give you $23.94. That is twice what you are paying. So I'm basically guaranteeing a 100% return on your investment should this fail. Now listen, about the free laptop, don't worry about entering your address when you sign up. You don't have to. After you sign up, you'll be prompted with instructions on how to claim that free laptop. Okay, but this is only for the next 17 people. After these 17 spots are filled, there are no more laptops, and we are removing the double your money back guarantee. In an environment that we are in right now, I do not want anything standing in the way of you taking advantage of the opportunities that a down market presents to you. Because since the beginning of time, the reason why, do you guys want to know the reason why Wall Street calls retail traders dumb money? Do you guys want to know why? I'll tell you why investors on Wall Street, professional institutions, call retail traders dumb money. Because retail traders, when stocks go down, they don't sell until stocks go really, really far down. And they think that that's it. I'm in full panic mode. The markets are crashing. I better get out now before my money goes to zero. And they sell near the bottom. Then the retail investor stays out of the market until the stocks go back to all-time highs. And then you hear on the news, all-time highs, and then retail investors go, oh, the stock market's doing really good, I heard. I should get back in. But you just missed such an insane, incredible amount of wealth building opportunity by selling at the bottom and buying back at the top. That's the reason why Wall Street institutions consider retail investors dumb money. I'm trying to educate people to a point where you can take advantage of these opportunities. Okay. Even if this is why I'm giving you this double your money back guarantee right now. But guys, I'm not going to keep this here forever. Okay. I don't know what else you need to get yourself involved, to be prepared to take advantage of this opportunity. If you missed the COVID sell-off, you missed that opportunity. If you go back in time and you wish and pray that you bought stocks in 2020, now is going to be your second chance. Do you realize a lot of the tech stocks are back where they were before 2020? Do you realize that? I want you guys to be able to take advantage of these opportunities when these opportunities arise. And it's happening right in front of your face, but the clock is ticking, you're running out of time. And I'm going to open this deal up to trial members as well. Okay. So again, if you're a trial member, you're going to spend over $1,400 to join the TTG family. But if you guys want that $11.95 price point, you just have to log into your trial member dashboard, which you can see on my screen. Log into the trial member dashboard, click the green join now button. You too can enter TTG121 coupon code, and that'll also get you the 45% discount. So you can join for $11.97 instead of joining for $14.20 if you are a current trial member. But guys, I'm only leaving that good up until midnight tonight. Then guys, the laptops are gone. The double your money back guarantee is gone. And for the trials as well, only until midnight tonight. Okay. I will shoot you guys straight. I always have. I always will. If I thought that it was time to panic, it was time to sell the farm and go hide out for a while, I would tell you. I do still think there is more downside in the market, but that downside is going to provide us with opportunity in put options and through shorting and an inverse ETFs, which is the same way that we've been making money so far for the entire start of 2022. I don't think that is over yet. And then we're going to take that cash when the dust settles, because I do think the dust settles this year. We are literally within the next couple of months of, I think, finding bottom and being left with tremendous buying opportunities. And I'm going to be there with my family buying things hand over fist. And I'm going to look back 3, 5, 7 years from now and be like, man, I sure am glad I did what I did in 2022. The question is, are you going to be glad you did what you did in 2022 when we look back from now, 5 years from now, 7 years from now? Are you going to be sitting on a nice little nest egg, or are you going to be playing one of the woulda, shoulda, coulda games that you've been playing for your entire freaking life? Now is your chance to actually grab hold of your own financial situation and take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you right now. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code right now. If you have questions about the membership, you can send a text message to 201-775-9702. Again, the phone number is at the bottom of your screen. That number is 201-775-9702. If you have questions about the membership, send a text to that number. Don't call it. Just send a text, and we'll be happy to help answer any questions that you guys have. All right? Get it? Got it? Good. All right, guys. With that being said, I think my friend here, Mr. Matt Kohrs, I believe he is ready to go. There he is.
Buenos nachos.
Buenos nachos, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, I'm stoked, and I'm actually very, very excited today.
Yes, I'm so happy to hear that you're excited too, because just full disclosure, Matt and I have not spoken yet today, so I don't know his thoughts yet on what happened. So to hear that he's excited also makes me excited. Matt, what's up, man? Tell me, brother. What do you think about today?
By the end of this, you might not be excited. Adam might not be excited, because I think I found one of the best pieces of educational content. And obviously here as an education platform, you guys, like, it's just anti-business when people are giving this stuff away for free. But Adam, if we could get that loaded up, Mike, I just got to get your reaction to how to be a better trader, just all around. Adam, if we could throw that up. And this is, folks, notes, get your notepad, your pens, your pencils, one of those pencil sharpeners. This is going to be big stuff.
I can't wait.
Adam was supposed to have it queued up. Here we go. Okay. Make sure the sound's on. That's also key.
How to make almost $250,000 on Tesla stock. Very simple. You want to buy the stock before it has a huge momentum spike upwards, and also you want to get in on stock early before everyone else realizes it. Also, follow Henry because he tells you when he's buying stocks. How to make almost.
All right, so Mike, the premise is I'm being pitched, and I've really never heard this. So are you supposed to buy before it goes up? Is that like, did we just let the cat out of the goddamn bag here? Like, you buy, and then you want it to go up, and then you sell?
Matt, you just sunk True Trading Group, man.
I think I just ruined all education.
Like, that's it. That's the secret. Everybody keeps asking me, what's the secret? Because I worked in hedge funds, so they all ask me, what's the secret? There it is. You gave it away.
Well, now we got to refund Craig.
Oh, Craig.
Refund everyone.
Craig, you don't need us anymore, man. You're just gonna buy before the stock goes up. That's all you have
You
to
just
do. That's
you
all
just
gotta
get in
do.
before it goes up, and then you sell it when it
People are
goes
such
up.
a joke.
And
Well, listen,
honestly, like for all the people who are like free members and that stuff, that was like that's the final module of TTG. That's like the mastery level. They're like, all right, we're gonna give our big secret here: buy low, sell high. Like we're gonna do it inverse. Like we're gonna eat our dessert first here. The biggest tip we're gonna give you on this stream is buy low, sell high, and
that's
that's
incredible.
it's just
That
more
is
education to
absolutely
come.
incredible. I can't believe there's actually people out there. Like this is why Matt, like Adam and I started True Trading Group, man, because there's just such a hole and such a lack of genuine quality education when it comes to the stock market. You know, like there's nowhere can you learn it in high school or in college, and you know, you go online and you see idiots like that say, you want to know how to make 200 grand on Tesla stock? You got to get in before the stock goes up, and also get in early before everybody else. Thank you so much for that masterful piece of knowledge and education.
To be fair, he's not wrong. Like he's wrong. Like I love it. I love the markets. I also I'm super happy that we have a reliable Fed that we can just trust in. I know you probably listened to every single word of the interview. According to the Fed has no credibility issues. Just talking to them about themselves. Be like, yeah, no, we asked some guy out on the street. He said we're credible. So I thought that was interesting. Feeling super safe with them at the helm, just really navigating this soft landing for us as we're crumbling. The fact that from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. yesterday we ripped, and then by what time today? By like lunch, we had just given it all back. I mean, it's to the point that I was Googling myself at what levels are the S&P 500 market-wide circuit breaker halts at. I was like, all right, like what numbers are they at? And it, just so you guys know, it's 7%, 13%, and 20%. Level 1 and 2, it's a 15-minute wide halt. And then if you get to that 20% drop off, it's for the remainder of the day. I'm not saying that's going to come tomorrow, but it might be interesting to jot those numbers down.
Yeah.
The old soft landing.
Yeah.
They're supposed to feel like crashes, I heard.
Soft landings?
Yeah, it's supposed to feel like a full-on crash. You just call it a soft landing. If it's a transitory soft landing is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and you know the thing is too, like the soft landing really, you know, and it doesn't really it's not referring to like the stock market. The soft landing is really just like, you know, is the Fed able to bring down inflation, raise rates without slowing down the economy to a recession? So like if the Fed is able, because you're going to get the stock market will crash and sell off before we know if you pulled off the soft landing or not, because they're going to try to, you know, the markets are going to price in based on, you know, information and data that we have, which today was a big part of that. There was a lot of data, economic data that came out today that was very disturbing and greatly increased the chances of a recession, which I've been saying for months now, that I believe we're going to have a recession, you know, probably at some point next year. And maybe it might even come sooner than that. Oh, guys, we got to welcome. How would you pronounce that, Matt?
Hyru. I apologize, dude. Welcome to the team, and tell us how to phonetically say your name, and we'll nail it the next time.
Hyru, and also Craig. I didn't get to say welcome to Craig, but everybody welcome Craig and Hyru from Craig from earlier, Hyru just now. Welcome to the TTG family, guys. All right, welcome. Guys, remember, go to ttgoffer.com. You can get the 45% discount, the 2 private study groups, the free laptop, and I'm going to give you double your money back if you don't make your membership fee at least once. And that's how confident we are in our ability to help you guys become successful. And I want to remove all the excuses that you have, which is why that double your money back guarantee is there.
Yo, Matt, that video you had me pull up, that guy charges $6,500.
Well, once again, he's not wrong. I just don't know why he's giving away his best content on TikTok. Like I don't know what else he could do. Like it's just, yeah, it's the same thing of like when sports announcers are like, all right, to win this game, and then in a roundabout way they just say they need to score more. It's like, yeah, we got that one. Like we understand that that's how you're gonna win this game.
Unbelievable.
They just need to get the ball into the end zone a little bit more. It's like, oh,
it's
shit.
crazy. And you see what? Do you see what you people have to? You see what you people have like to navigate through? Someone that's charging. True Trading Group is $1,197. You're going to get a similar level of education that I got when I worked at a hedge fund. Not to mention $4,000 to $5,000 worth of premium tools from some of the industry's top fintech companies. But then you're going to go to that guy. I guess going to charge $6,500.
Well, I looked into it. I don't know. I'm into this concept of the finance needs more drama, more the better. And he comes from a similar cut cloth as you. He's apparently retired, like hedge fund worker. So I think we could have a retired hedge fund worker trade-off.
I would love that.
I think we could do it. Let's throw that on the gauntlet. Adam, make it happen. We'll do drama and we'll sell it. The second package will be a boxing match.
It's against YouTube. Murder is against YouTube terms and conditions. You cannot show a video where somebody gets killed.
The old TOS that'll get you every single time.
The old
TOS. I don't know. I'm more of a serious note while most people are in here. I truly do not believe the May low is in yet. I think yesterday it was a brutal thing where some of the shorts who maybe were a little bit over leveraged. I think we saw a little bit of FOMO, a little bit of squeezing, and that's why it was dramatic. But the fact that it was given back so quickly, it's just getting sold off. Like, I think there was jockeying for position, but I just don't think it's done. And I know, Mike, you and I like always oddly like are aligning on levels. The ones I'm watching right now are 410 and some change, and then 404, 405, and then 400 flat. That's like my next 3 downside targets. And for how I got there, everyone, I'm sure Mike's gone into it. It's just previous support. And I don't know, like, how crazy do you think this is, Mike? If you really go out, there's a gap fill to like 338 from November of 2020. Are you much of a gap fill trader? I'm a big fan of.
I am. First, let me just welcome Ray real quick. I like where you're going with this. I like where you're going with this, though, Matt. Everybody welcome Ray. There's now 14 of those laptops left. So everybody welcome Ray. He's the newest member of the TTG family. So there's only 14 left. Guys, when you go to the checkout page, if you see a laptop inside of your checkout cart, that's how you know that you are getting one of those 14 laptops. As long as you see it, that means that you guys are good. So let's go back out to this, and I'm gonna pan over Matt on the chart, and let's talk about the gap. What gap are you?
November of 2020. I think it's around 338. I believe. I think that's where it is, unless I'm going.
Okay,
crazy.
yeah, you got a little. You had a little gap right there. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, is it? Could be. Is it 338 November?
Yeah, it's about 338, okay. And it's November. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. I don't think we go all the way down there. I don't think that we get that far to the downside. Let me draw a line across it just to kind of show everybody. Okay. That's where that gap fill lies. I don't think we're going to go that far on the S&P. I think that there is enough structure in the market in the high 300s where the bottom that gets put in, I don't think you're going to have a similar situation to what you had during the COVID sell-off. Like the COVID sell-off was a V bottom. So for those people that are brand new, let's call the V bottom literally because it looks like the shape of the letter V. It's straight down and then it's straight back up. And then you never look back. You see how that low it's just sitting out there on an island by itself. There was never actual trading activity to take place once that low was put in. It was never retested. And V bottoms are very difficult bottoms to actually step in and get involved in because it happens so quickly. We were buying hand over fist in March and April. My entries in March and April were literally one right here, one right here, and then another in here. And this is where my buys really were in 2020 during the COVID crash, is when I was adding to my long-term portfolio. And then obviously now, we look back and it was, the smartest thing that I've ever done for my long-term portfolio, as you look and see what the markets have done ever since that point. But I believe that the markets are going to find bottom somewhere down around this area in here. I think that this is where we kind of can find bottom. So I have two different scenarios, and both scenarios really are based on if inflation comes down this summer and if the Russia-Ukraine war ends soon. Because if those two things happen, okay, if the Russia-Ukraine war ends soon, and I have no idea when it's going to end, but if it ends soon, that'll alleviate a lot of the inflationary pressure on food prices and on oil prices. Now, food and oil is are two of the components of CPI, which is your inflation data with consumer price index, that affects the consumer most, because these are things.
Fun fact, food and oil are also the two main ingredients in heart disease.
Okay.
Good to know.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. So, because the Fed raising interest rates is going to slow down consumer demand and the borrowing of money. It's going to slow down car loans, mortgages, and that will start to bring other areas of inflation down. But the Russian-Ukraine war ending can help bring oil and food prices down, or at least stop moving higher. Like natural gas just hit its highest level since October 2008. Natural gas is getting completely out of control, which is a major problem for Europe. Okay. And like natural gas run electricity is just getting completely out of control. So we need natural gas, you need oil, you need food prices to come down. Those are all things the Fed can't control. So that's why my thoughts on the overall markets are going to be really dependent on what transpires with inflation over the next couple of months. Because over the next couple of months, if you see that inflation has in fact peaked and like the Russia-Ukraine war ends and you start to see natural gas prices crack, oil prices crack, food prices crack, now you're set up for an extremely shallow recession.
Yeah.
You're set up for a very, very shallow recession.
Yeah, and I guess to clarify like that one, I was pointing it out because it was more of a gap fill, but like for me, I just think, and this was very much covered with the Fed meeting, the labor market's just so tight right now and unemployment so low. And the JOLTS report, there's about 2 job openings per people who are looking for a job. There are some, I guess, like underbelly data points of the monetary and macroeconomic backdrop that like, okay, it's not like that dismal. Obviously, things could break the other way. If I believe there was some ideas that Russia, I believe on May 8th, it's like an important day for them and they like might amp up things against Ukraine. Of course, things could always break one way or the other.
I think it's May 9th, Matt. I think it's
May 9th. Okay. So soon, just so everyone knows. And then with Europe, obviously, they're due on a 6-month plan to get themselves off Russian petroleum products. And that's going to impact certain industries that just need, obviously, fuel, natural gas, heating. Like there's things that if the cost goes up, that's going to be cutting into the top and bottom line of many, many companies. So it's most likely a scenario where the reality is going to be somewhere in the middle. It's not going to be the most optimistic thing where it all is like all of a sudden fine within a month, but we're also not looking at like a D-Day scenario. Like many things in life, we're going to probably settle somewhere in the middle where, okay, it could have been better. It also could have been worse. And like I said, it doesn't really matter. I think these long-term ideas don't matter because like you have been pitching now for the past couple months, this is the active trader market. You could play the pop bullishness in the Fed just on that day. And you're like, hey, I'm still bearish, but it doesn't matter because right now it's ripping. The very next day, you could turn it around. You're not beholden to your next 6-month viewpoints. Like there's crazy moves per day. So if that's what you want to do, just play that. Like you don't have to be all of a sudden, you don't always have to stick to your guns of like, here's where we're going in 6 months. If you're seeing a great trade for one day, I mean, I didn't personally do it, but people made a killing on just Tesla alone today. I'm bullish on Tesla, but if I was paying attention to it, I would have gotten as many puts as I possibly could have. And people were making money hand over fist. This is the environment. Don't be scared of redness. You should be stoked about volatility because volatility is when retail traders make money. You want percentage swings. You just have to do your best to identify the trend. And in certain things that like I didn't know, just so you guys know, I had no idea about TTG, Mike or Adam at all during the Rona period. And I was always following stocks at that point, but I didn't know the importance of monetary backdrop. If I would have known what it meant for unlimited quantitative easing, I would have been buying right there, but I didn't have the right person to explain to me what it meant to be putting $120 billion a month into the economy. But now on the backside of it, I better understand what it means to be taking $95 billion a month out of the economy. So it's those types of things that you're getting a little bit of a fast path from a person, Mike, who, like, I don't know, I feel like you're just Pal's buddy. You stay up to him, like what he's saying on all these conferences. It's a great, well, it's for me, that would have been so important to know. And it's just like, it was a big hole at that point in my own trading career of like, what the hell is the Fed doing? I would hear it and people on Twitter would seem to care about it. I'm like, well, why should I care about it? But if you look at these two pictures, Mike, could you scroll out a little bit?
Yep.
From Rona down to March, that's when the Fed wasn't doing anything and the pandemic was announced. That rip from March all the way up to January was the Fed and quantitative easing. And what switched on January 5th was the fact that they're going from quantitative easing to quantitative tightening. So for anyone who can just basically see this setup and see clearly that it's the Fed that's impacted it, it's awesome. But it's just one of those things that if you just don't know, why would you know? And like, to me, whatever the cost is right now, I know you guys are running a 45% discount, like $1,197. I mean, you would have made that multiple times over if you just knew the generic trend. And that's as easy as just like, oh, I'm going to buy and I'll see you in a month or two. No less like the active trading part.
Right. Yeah. It's really true, man. It's, you know, and a lot of people lost a lot of money in 2020, specifically trying to short the market because people that didn't understand the Fed and what was happening with liquidity and stimulus were thinking the whole economy is shut down. The stock market has to go down. And that's not the case, right? Like the economy was completely shut down. Businesses were closed, yet it's made new all-time highs. And there was that massive disconnect in 2020 specifically between the economy.
Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. Joe, I don't know what you're doing right now, bud. I know you're sick, but can you please block Patty Puts with the same question over and over again, please? We see it.
Matt, you're watching you since AMC started running. Do you really think TTG is
Please
worth
block her,
be
dude.
honest? Well, stop spamming, but I'll just answer it. I mean, you guys just had more information up on the previous one, or Mike was talking about it. If you give it a full faith effort, there's literally zero risk to you. Zero risk. If you put it in, it's one thing if, like many things in life, this is a skill set for you. It's going to be your own financial future. If you're serious about it and you show it, I feel wholeheartedly that this will make you a much better trader and or investor. But if you're going to attack it with a half-ass attitude, most likely you're going to fail. And because you attacked it with a half-ass attitude, they're able to see if you went through all the modules, you did the one-on-one, if you were in chat, if you don't put a full faith effort into it, well, that's not really on them. Once again, like many things in this life, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. And as they run on almost all these streams, when they put in the number one for people who are actively profitable, there are many, many per stream. There's hundreds. And then within TTG, there's thousands. So the proof is in the pudding. Whenever it comes to finances and trading, it's so quantitative, it's easy. It's not really a qualitative thing. It's, are you making money? And the answer to so many people in here is yes. So to me, it's extremely easy. It's an obvious yes.
Thanks, Matt.
Or you just buy low, sell high.
Yeah, just get in before everybody else. You just got to get in before everybody else.
Yeah. You just, and if you want to Venmo me for that piece of advice as well, like, oh shit, buy low, sell high.
Get in before everybody else. That's all you got to do. Oh man. So yeah, guys, let's talk about kind of what happened today a little bit, like, because you got yesterday, the market celebrated Jerome Powell saying a 75 basis point hike is not on the table right now. And he also made some comments that were pretty optimistic about the economy being very strong and the labor market being very strong and tight and being able to engineer a soft landing and avoid a recession. He said that there is a path that exists, that we could not see a recession, that we could pull off this soft landing. And in my opinion, he made it seem like it was a lot more likely than maybe reality actually is. And of course, Jerome Powell's not going to go up there and say, yes, folks, we're going to have a recession, because technically it's his job to make sure that we don't. But yet he's going to be the reason, not him personally, but, you know, the Federal Reserve is going to be part of the reason why that we're going to have to experience a recession to get the inflation problem under control and to slow down the economy. So he's not going to come up there and say that. But you got economic data today that completely contradicted everything that was said yesterday. You got productivity numbers for Q1 were -7%. -7% productivity. You had unit labor costs that were up like 11%, I think the number was. That is bad. That means that it's costing more money for labor, but they are producing less. That's not a good balance, right? Anybody that owns a business or owns a company will tell you that my goal is to reduce costs and increase productivity as best I can to improve my margins. The economic data that came out today was the cost of labor is going up, but productivity is going down. That's the complete opposite direction. And that data, okay, I think made the markets today realize, like, whatever we were happy about yesterday, we got kind of caught up in the heat of the moment, but bigger picture, nothing's changed. And bigger picture, which is what we've been saying on this live stream for months, is that I think we are going to experience a recession, but it's nothing to be scared of. It's not going to be 2008 where unemployment spikes out of control and the markets go down 55% in the S&P. That is not what I think is going to happen, folks. So let me be very, very crystal clear about that I am sitting here now today telling you that I believe very, very firmly that we are closer to the bottom than we are to the top, which means the majority of the move to the downside has already happened. But I do think there is still a little bit more to go to the downside in order for us to get to a point where we price it in, we come to the realization the economy has slowed, the Fed did not organize a soft landing, we experience a recession, the recession happens, it comes, it's short-lived, inflation comes back down to 2.5%, and then once inflation comes back down, the Federal Reserve might even start to reduce rates a little bit. So you might have the Fed funds rate go up to 3 or 3.25 or 3.5% between now and next year. And then once inflation comes back down to 2.5% and the economy goes into recession, what do you think is going to happen? I not guarantee, but my opinion, I'd be willing to bet that the Fed moves their Fed funds rate from, let's say, 3.2 or 3.5 down to 2.5 or 2.75 to spur some economic growth and economic activity after inflation comes back down. And then all of a sudden, what happens? Growth, the economy, people start borrowing money, mortgage rates come back down, interest rates in general come back down, and then all of a sudden the economy starts to grow at a 2 to 3% clip, which is strong, steady, consistent, sustainable growth. And then the markets go right back to churning their way in 2024, 2025, and so on and so on. And the opportunity that little recession between now and then is going to provide you as long-term investors to be able to get into a lot of high quality names at discount prices is going to be fantastic when you look back 5 years from now.
I definitely agree. TLDR, for those of you who are just tuning in, short term, we're kind of in alignment with more of negative bearish momentum, but this will settle. I'm personally curious. June, July, August, we're doing the 47.5 billion in terms of like the market or the balance sheet runoff. I'm curious how the market's going to react when we get to September and they amp that up to 95, a number that we just haven't seen before. So I'm still actually a little bit nervous up until the end of the year because it has never happened. Like it's something that our markets haven't seen. We know what it's like to put 120 billion in, but to take 95 billion out. So I think I'm maybe a little bit more hesitant than you, Mike, and we'll see how it goes. But it's just, I think I'm just getting so much of a distaste for the Fed, and I know I'm looking too much into this, but the fact at the recent spike there, right before April started, that the Fed at that point was like, you know what? Because of ethical issues, we're actually going to sell all of our individual stocks. All Fed members pulled the ripcord themselves because they didn't want any conflict of interest. I was like, did you guys just top tick your own market here? like they're like, all right, we're out now. So
they're all like, we're out.
Like, that's super, I don't know, pessimistic.
All right, Nancy.
Yeah, like we're done with this.
Yeah. Well, real quick, guys, before we, and this is a great conversation that Matt and I are kind of having here, and we're going to continue this conversation, but I want to just break away for just 3 minutes, guys, because guess what? Shug is actually buying 10 True Trading Group members dinner for $100. Adam, what's going on here, man? Talk to me. What is this?
I got bored in chat.
Okay.
So I figured I would offer to purchase, or not purchase, but give 10 True Trading Group members $100 each, kind of buy them dinner tonight. You know?
Dude, I love that.
Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo. Go get
I
some
better
time.
be on this list. I need some margs tonight. I'm feeling lucky. I feel like I could do this.
All right, we're gonna spin it 10 times. It'll spin for 3 seconds each, so like 30 seconds. We're good. All right, let's do it.
Come on.
All right.
Lynn,
Pull it out.
hey, congratulations, Lynn. Dinner's on Adam.
Lynn, how lucky.
Next winner. Hey, Empower. I know. I literally just had a conversation with Empower the other day. Empower, congrats. You got dinner on Adam.
Please stop saying that.
IQ. Intelligent dinner on Adam. Joanne V.
$100 on Adam.
$100 on Adam. Make it singles.
Why?
MIB 7.
MIB 75. Sounds like a James Bond kind of.
I feel like that's his badge number.
Yeah, secret agent dinner.
Trading during work. He's like, I'll just use my employee ID.
Honest. Dinner on Adam. Congratulations.
Are you gonna make them send you a picture of the dinner just so you know what they all got? I just
Island Girl, congratulations. Gonna have some pineapple on the side. Dinner on Adam.
Please stop.
All mojitos.
Please stop.
All mojitos.
And Louisa Trader, dinner on Adam. Congratulations, guys. How many is that, Adam? Was that it? Or we got more?
We got 2 more.
Two more. Dissolve. Dinner.
Last one. Oh, this is a big one.
We'll have a side of tequila with that one.
Who is it?
Vespa Trades. No such thing. Congratulations. Dinner.
That is all.
That's exciting.
Dinner on Adam.
So if your name is mentioned,
they're going to take a scooter to the restaurant, so don't worry about it.
If your name is mentioned on the stream, just now, we will send you an email requesting your PayPal information. Thank you all very much for playing. Have an awesome night.
Hey, it's Cinco de Mayo, so cervezas and tacos all around. Maybe more.
To all the losers, try harder next time. You have no one to blame but yourself.
All right, so back to the overall markets. So yeah,
We're going
Matt,
to 400. Let's cut the BS, Mike. We both know what's happening. Short the market to 400. Make your tendies.
Yeah,
we're going to call it a day.
Yeah, I've been saying I think the SPY cracks under 400. You know, and I think that's really where, like, right in here is really where I start to buy some stuff, guys. And I think that is coming. And I mean, we're bouncing right now after hours, which is nice to see a little bit of a bounce off of the, you know, the disgusting sell-off there that we had all day and then in the afternoon. So we bounced back a little bit, which is all right. And I will say though, I mean, you can't deny the amount of buying pressure there is down there in the low 400s. You know, it is pretty clear that in the low 400s, you do have a lot of buying down there. And I think that's really the bullish argument, okay, is looking at the S&P down 15% and saying, I got to buy stuff down 15%. And I don't see anything wrong with that. If you're someone that does not have a long-term portfolio and you're looking to get started, I think the S&P down 15% is a good place to start nibbling. But I would definitely save some I'd save some powder for another move to the downside. So if you want to start to take a nibble on some stocks in this region on the S&P, I don't see a problem with that. You take a bigger bite down in this region. And if for some reason we go lower than that, and then the markets get down to here, I would add one more piece. And then I would just sit back and I would just wait, and then just wait it out and play that long game. But those are going to be kind of some buying zones that I kind of have in my mind. You don't have to try to catch the exact bottom. And I want to make sure that everybody here understands that trying to catch the exact bottom is a recipe for complete and utter disaster. Okay. Because that's how you end up completely missing everything that took place in 2020, right? I didn't catch the exact bottom. I actually did not buy on any of these days in my long-term portfolio, right? I bought here, I bought here, and I bought here. Okay, so I did not catch any of that bottom, but look at where the markets have gone. Look at where we are now today. Even with this big sell-off, look at where the market is in comparison to where I was buying back in 2020, even with this sell-off. Now, when you look back at everything that I bought back here, I sold out a half of that stuff literally there. Okay. Half of that stuff I sold out of there. And now look at the pullback that we've experienced. So I'm getting an opportunity to basically everything that I sold here, I basically get to buy that all back now here and make this net difference. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week, any year, because eventually we look back years from now, this opportunity is going to be there for us.
And I think that's actually a really good lesson agnostic of your time frame. Like if that was just a generic chart, like there's this, and it's a psychological thing. I think hindsight's 2020, Monday morning quarterbacking, and you picture it, you're like, wow, imagine how much I would have been up if I bottom ticked it and I top ticked it. Is it possible? Yeah, but it's also pure luck. There are entire funds of PhD, like quant dudes who try to do it and they spend their entire careers not getting it. There's too many variables in this game to top tick, bottom tick. If you do it, congratulations. It's pure luck, but that's sick for you. The name of the game is always getting the meat of the move. If you're getting a big percentage of the move, like Mike just showed you, did he hit the bottom? No. Did he hit the top perfectly? No, but he got a good 80% of that move. Sick. That's what you did. And then you move on to the next one. If you're always focusing on like, oh, I could have got out here and would have been like this much more, you're focusing on the wrong thing. That's water under the bridge. You got to go on to the next one. It's always just the meat of the move of the current trend.
Yeah, it's true. It's really true, folks. And one more thing before we move on. I want to put something into perspective for you. Here's how I gauge and why I get so confident when markets decline in the areas that I become a buyer. Because when I look back at the two biggest stock market crashes that have occurred during my lifetime, we look at the dot-com bubble and we look at the 08-09 recession. Okay. During those two stock market crashes, and we can all agree those were really, really, really bad moments in time. The S&P 500 during both of those stock market crashes went down about 50 to 55%. Okay. Now during the dot-com bubble, the NASDAQ went down like 75. Okay. 76. But that's also because a lot of the companies in the NASDAQ actually went out of business and a lot of the stocks went to zero because it was the dot-com bubble. Any company that had .com after it all went crazy because the internet was this new thing. Any company that had .com in its name just went up hundreds and thousands of percent. But then those companies turned out to never make money and they actually went out of business. Okay. Actually went out of business. So the NASDAQ went down like 75, 76%. But the S&P 500, all right, 50 to 55% decline during the dot-com bubble bursting and during the 08-09 recession. I look at that as a worst case scenario backstop for the S&P 500. The 08-09 recession was one of the worst financial crises that this country has ever seen, going back to the Great Depression. Okay. The last time you had a financial crisis of that severity was the Great Depression. And that was a true doomsday scenario. A lot of people don't know this, but you were maybe 48 hours away from going to the ATM machine and the bank telling you, I'm sorry, but I don't have your money anymore. Okay. And even in that environment, even in that scenario, the market, the S&P, I should rather say, went down about 50 to 55%. During COVID, when a virus and pandemic spread across the world like nothing that anyone has ever seen, that shut down the entire global economy to a screeching halt, the S&P went down about 35%. So when you look at those scenarios in history, it puts into perspective for you. When the stock markets decline, I look at myself, well, doomsday scenario, I'm looking at a 50% decline in the S&P. So if the S&P goes down about 15 or 20%, I've got to buy something. You've got to put some money to work. And then if it goes down to where we're down 20 or 25 or 30%, I got to buy more. And if it goes down a little bit more than that, I'll buy more. And then I'm just going to sit back and wait. I don't need to catch the exact bottom, because I look at, if doomsday scenario, the S&P goes down 50%. And that's kind of how I gauge for the long term, when is it time to start to look at buying when stocks decline. And now I'm not talking about individual stocks. Individual stocks can go down far more than 50%. But when you look at the S&P, the 500 biggest companies in the US economy, when you look at those companies, when that entire conglomerate, that index is down 50 to 55%, those are worst case scenarios in my book. And I'm not going to bet ever on worst case scenario. Worst case scenarios could happen, but if I buy 15 to 20%, 20 to 25, and 25 to 30, I'm always going to be buying at moments at or near the bottom of a bear market. And when you start to think about investing that way, it becomes a little bit more calm, doesn't it? It becomes a little bit more, oh, okay, that makes sense. And all of a sudden that fear starts to subside a little bit. Guys, real quick, we have a code word for today. This code word for today, where does he come up with this shit? The code word, this is for members only. Okay. If you're not a member, don't worry about this. Okay. If you're not a member, don't worry about this. This is for members. Jeez. I can't believe I have to say this. Socketeering. Socketeering. So that's our code word for tonight. This is for members only. We do a lot of fun giveaways with members. We give away cash. We give away electronics. We gave away gaming monitors last week. We just gave away $100 for dinner for 10 people. We do a bunch of fun giveaways. So the giveaway for tonight, guys, this is code word number 13. Code word number 13, and it is socketeering. Socketeering.
Wow. He doesn't make you read the definition?
I'm not reading the definition.
I don't get paid enough for that.
He'll come on and read the definition if he wants to. Look, he wants to. Look at him. I can see him in the background.
Yeah, he's like getting ready, clearing his throat, all that mucus. He's like, I need to read this.
all this coughing, just spreading his COVID all over the computer.
Oh, man.
So yeah, so that's, guys, so like I said, that's just kind of, I wanted to put into perspective for you guys. You know, I know a lot of people get very nervous. They get very scared when they see the market down 1,000 points, but, you know, I'm excited. And, you know, my THD family members, are you excited or are you scared? Type in, if you're a member of True Trading Group, I want you to type in chat right now. Are you excited or are you scared? If you are a member, are you excited or are you scared? Type in chat right now. If you're a member, are you excited or are you scared? Only members of TTG answer this question, please. Now, anyone that's not a member that might have come onto this live stream, maybe hoping to get some answers on, is the stock market crashing? What should I do? If you were scared, if you were nervous, I just want you to read how many people are typing excited versus how many people are typing scared, because I haven't seen one person say that they're scared yet. I see excited, stoked, super pumped, so excited, super excited, pumped, very excited. Like, I haven't seen a single person type scared yet. And you got to ask yourself, why is it if the stock market's crashing 1,000 points in a single day, how could someone not be scared? If you don't know what's going on and you don't understand how the movements in the market to the downside create an opportunity, if you don't understand that, then it's easy to think. It's easy to be scared. It's easy to not understand why people are excited. But I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I'm sitting here telling you today that I'm excited, and I'm excited, and I'm looking forward for the opportunities that are to come. And selfishly, I want the markets to go lower because it just means I get to buy really good companies at even better prices that when I look back 3, 5, 7 years from now, I'm going to be very happy that I did. And with just an education, access to tools and resources that are on our platform, available to you at 24/7, 365, at your own pace, at your own schedule, on your own terms, you can learn to take advantage of those opportunities as well and turn that fear into excitement and turn loss into opportunity. Everybody welcome James. James is the newest member of the Teachy family. There's now just 13. There's now just 13 of those laptops left.
Going like hotcakes.
Yep. 13 laptops left, guys. That's it. That is all. Well, Matt, I guess that kind of wraps things up for us, man. I mean, as always, a fantastic conversation. We had some fun. We had some serious talk. We got some jokes. But at the end of the day, this opportunity is something that this volatility rather is something that is making a lot of traders a lot of money, but it's also losing a lot of traders a lot of money. And, you guys don't have to sit back and watch your 401ks and your IRAs just decrease in value as markets go down. There are ways to make money when markets go down. There's put options, there's inverse ETFs, there's shorting. And as members of True Trading Group, guys, I assure you that we'll show you how to do all of those things so that you can stop being scared when you see the market down 1,000 points in a single day. So,
Definitely.
Matt, thanks for coming on here and joining me today. Always a pleasure to talk whenever we got something crazy going on. And I think these last couple of days define the word crazy pretty well.
Yeah, and it definitely feels like there's going to be a bit more in the near future. But as always, it's a pleasure. To the TTG fam, we'll be talking very soon. Have a good one, Mike. Have a good one, Adam. Enjoy your Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, you too, man. Go get some tacos.
Have a good one.
Later, brother. All right, folks. So there we have that. Again, a huge shout out. Big thank you to Matt Kohrs for joining me today on the live stream to kind of talk through what went on here in the markets today. And, what I think you're going to see in the markets is I do think that we're going to go lower. I do think that Monday's low of 405, I don't necessarily think that is going to hold. I don't think that's the bottom of the year yet. I think we're getting kind of close, but I do think the markets have some more downside in them. So I am still looking at put options. And again, let me be clear. I did not expect this sell-off today. But, it goes right in line with the macro view that I've had in the markets, which is short rallies until told otherwise, or until proven otherwise, because these rallies are not lasting, they're not holding, and they are reversing. So I still do remain bearish. I still am looking to short bounces. I'm still looking for put option opportunities. I'm still looking at inverse ETFs. These are all the things that make money for traders when stocks go down. And that's still where I am in my thesis and in my analysis. And my TC fam, we're going to look to finish things off tomorrow strong with that same type of trading action. And for those of you that are not members, why don't you pay attention here real quick for the next few minutes if you're still interested. That concludes the educational part of our live stream. But if you guys are interested in the Teachy platform, what I'll do now is actually show you the platform so you can see the tools and resources that you get access to as an actual member of the THD family, because we are a platform that gives you access to education, but also tools. So you guys are going to be getting our chat room, which is a proprietary software where you guys can actually see the screen share of the moderators. You can listen to us as we talk on the microphone throughout the course of the day. We give you market commentary and analysis We tell you what trades we're going to make before we actually make them. So it's quite easy to follow along with the trades that we're making. And we're there with you from pre-market all the way through until after hours. We're not just gone after 2 hours and you're left to fend for yourself. And there's a mobile app that allows you to stay connected to chat, even if you're not in front of your computer screen, that gives you real-time push notifications whenever one of our moderators enters or exits a trade. Okay, that's how so many of our members that work full-time jobs are able to profit and still make money and do well and take advantage of the TTG membership by using that mobile app. It's free for members that join. You are also going to get 2 small private study groups. This is going to be your chance to get individual attention from a TTG mod to ask questions so we can speed up your learning curve. You also get Benzinga Pro's real-time newsfeed. This is a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of your chat room that gives you news rather as soon as it crosses the wire. No more relying on delayed news. You can't rely on delayed news services like Yahoo Finance. The speed of what you get your news matters, and that's why we have that Benzinga newsfeed. Everything I'm showing you is included with your membership price. You do not have to pay $1 extra to use any of these tools. They are all included in the $11.97 price point. Everybody welcome Bradley. We got Bradley part of the family now. There's now just 12 of those laptops left. Guys, that's it. We got no more laptops after tonight and no more double your money back guarantee after tonight. So you guys want to jump on this now. You're also getting TradingView's premium charting software, one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders. Okay, one of the most commonly used softwares by active traders. Yours free with your membership. You also get the Trade Ideas Scanner. The Trade Ideas Scanner will show you what stocks are making new highs, new lows, which ones have a surge in volume, to make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks during the day. We have a simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data. So you can practice implementing what you are learning in the courses. Okay, use the simulator, guys. It's there for a reason. Prove you can make money on a simulator before you risk your hard-earned money. Guys, welcome Chris. 11 laptops now remain. Everybody welcome Chris. Just 11 of those laptops now left. You also get our own proprietary scanner that's just like FinViz Elite, but lets you scan for crypto as well. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, stuff that used to only be available to professional traders. Now it's at the fingertips of the TTG fam. You also get a social sentiment scanner that scours through Reddit, Stock Twits, and Twitter and shows you what stocks are mentioned most so you can stay ahead of the crowd. You get a full trading journal that actually tracks your own trading, gives you statistics and data so you can figure out what you're doing wrong so you know what you need to improve on. You have unlimited analyst ratings so you can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on any stock that you're interested in. We publish every day where the moderators have a watch list of stocks they're looking at, but also a game plan on how we intend on trading those stocks. Everybody welcome Jennifer. Jennifer is the newest member. There's now just 10 laptops left, guys. That's it. Just 10 left. Go to ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. And then you get all of our courses. Okay. Now, guys, the courses are a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned that I worked at the fund in New York. Okay. There are no VIP pro level courses that cost more money after you join. Okay. Every single course is available when you become a member of True Trading Group. There's beginner and foundation courses. There's advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, even a course that teaches you how to trade during a stock market crash, which could be pretty damn useful in this current environment, wouldn't you say? All the courses are in text and video, whatever's easier for you to learn. And like I said, there's no VIP or pro level courses that cost more money once you join. Okay. On top of the courses, there's a video library that has over 200 hours of additional educational video content. These are workshops and webinars that we've conducted, like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. And then when you become a member, you can actually attend all of these events live. Folks, it's time you invested in something real, something that can actually help you reach your goals. Now, listen, let me be very clear. I can't guarantee your success. I can't promise you millions of dollars. Okay. But I can promise you a chance to develop the skills that are needed to be profitable, as long as you're willing to put in some effort. And I can promise you that the day you join True Trading Group is the day our relationship really begins. And if you don't make that $11.97 price If you don't make that back at least once after going through our courses, quizzes, and attending one study group, I will give you double your money back. That's $2,394. That's how much we believe in our platform's ability to help you become successful. That's how we hold ourselves accountable to you, and that's how we put our money where our mouth is. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter TTG121 coupon code to get access to the 45% discount, the free laptop. Remember, there's only 10 left. As long as you see, now there's 9. Now there's 9 left. Everybody welcome Lewis. Lewis, welcome to the family. Guys, now there's only 9 laptops left. So as long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, you are securing one of the 9 laptops. You're good to go as long as you see one, okay? If you're still unsure about the membership, we do have a trial. It's 7 days. It's totally free. There's no credit card required. You can go to ttgthree.com. Enter your name and email. You're good to go. You get 7 full days. It's not, the weekends don't count, so don't wait until Monday. If you want the trial, you can join the trial now. The weekend does not count against your 7 days. You get a full 7 days in chat with us. Go to ttgthree.com to join our trial. If you are already a trial member and you want the $11.97 price point, log into your trial member dashboard, click the big green Join Now button. You too can use the coupon code TTG121 before midnight tonight to get the $11.97 price point. Otherwise, as a trial, you're spending over $1,400 to join the platform. So if you guys want, you can take advantage of that right now. All right. So there you have it, folks. All right. So that's it, guys. All right. So that's it. All right. So I hope this was helpful, guys. I hope we kind of put into perspective where we are in the markets. I hope now you understand why the markets moved to the downside today, and give you guys kind of my thoughts on where the markets go from here, where they end up, and what my plan is. And I'll walk my TG fam through that every single step of the way, as we always do. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications. You don't ever want to miss out on these live streams. We drop golden nuggets and give you free lessons on a regular basis. So see you.